Hey, my dad made a super sick intro. Check it out! Alright, y'all. Day 17. It's a little wedge up here. I'm feeling energized. We're ready to go. Let's do it. Yeah. Ooh, okay. From Katie again. This really cool graffiti picture that she sent me on Facebook. I'll just insert it like right here. Ready? Yeah. I'm gonna refresh my memory of what it looks like, but editing me, put the picture. You get how this is. Let's do it. Okay, so I have the picture behind me again in my normal reference picture spot. What I'm loving about this is that it really is just two colors. It's the orange paint on the brick and then black for the detail. So I think I'm gonna paint the panel. I'm gonna paint it completely orange and use a darker orange to like delineate all of the bricks and then go in with black and put the actual graffiti. Now the original picture says Smile New York, but I'm in the Chicagoland area, so I'm gonna say Smile Chicago. Also per Katie's request, I think we need to get some orange going. Okay, I've got these three colors happening right now. We got some orange from tube and some yellow and white on deck. I'm not sure, because this is not it. This light orange, it ain't it. It's very, very close, and I don't know if I want to add yellow or white, so I'm gonna see what happens if I try both. Here we go. That's pretty close. I'm gonna try adding yellow. Let's see what happens. I'm feeling that. That's the one. That's the one, y'all. Let's do it! Cue! Time lapse. I mean, yeah. Now, what I want to do for this, like, brick lining? Outlining of the bricks. I'm taking my super tiny, long, thin brush zero and just dipping it into a little bit of black and then mixing that in with the orange. I want to make a grayer orange so I have that sort of low light color. If I use straight black, it's gonna blend in with the graffiti, you know what I'm saying? Now, what I have seen in a couple of different things that I've quite liked is you put bricks in some spots. Don't try and outline all of them, every single friggin' brick, because A, that's a lot of time, and B, it looks almost too cartoonish. So I'm gonna start with that, with just a few sections that are bricked, and then later, once I actually put in the graffiti, if too much gets covered up or something, I'll add in a little more. Because I can't. Because this is my painting! Woo! Y'all, I was just watching some RuPaul's Drag Race, most recent episode. So, who do you think should win? Spoilers, if you haven't watched the most recent season of RuPaul's Drag Race. If you need to, skip ahead to this time. And then we'll pick back up. It'll be fine. You'll be able to see everything. It's gonna be fine. But we need to talk some Drag Race. I am biased to Gigi Goode. I'm 100% biased for Gigi Goode because I went to grade school with her older brother. So I'm kind of like, hey, we have like 2 degrees of separation. Also, it doesn't hurt that she's really good. She's like actually been a rather formidable competitor in this series. I think Crystal Method has been doing a wonderful job coming up from behind. You know, she started off, we were all kind of like, okay, here's this sort of like Teletubby, like creature, weird queen, but she's really honed her craft and like really found who she is, and it's really kind of fun to watch. Also heard a rumor that she and Gigi Goode are dating. Not even mad about it. I think that Jada Essence Hall is fierce. I think she is fantastic and incredibly talented. There's just something quirkier about Gigi that I prefer, I think. And then there's Sherry Pie, but we don't talk about her. Can't have a bad person representing the drag queen community. Very interested to see how they do the finale though, because normally those are live. Yeah, they can't do that. All right, welcome back to the people who didn't want to hear about Drag Race. Just doing a little bit of touching up. Actually, this is sort of ending up shading the bricks, so I'm not even mad about that. That's kind of cool. So yeah, so we have like the base bricks down, and now it's gonna say, Smile Chicago. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. I'm wondering if I should start with pencil. I'm gonna start with pencil. See, because I wanna get the spacing right, so I'm gonna sketch out where I think the letters should go, and then outline them in black, and then I can do all the detailing. Sure. A graffiti artist, I am not. How is it that I decided to do this with letters that the word New York doesn't have? Other than the O, just friggin' bubble letters. Okay, back to what I'm comfortable with. I am going to water down my black paint. I want to use my liner brush, again, my brush 0 super thin liner brush, and wet the black paint so that it flows a little bit better. We're just going to outline what I already have there. Okay, I think that looks like a thing. Sure. I just realized that like I am painting something that is someone else's art. This picture has a signature on it that says Lori. So I don't know if that means that the person who did this is named Lori, but thank you, Lori. I want Flatsy. I want to use Flatsy because a lot of these details don't need long, smooth lines, right? They need very specific placement, and we all know that Flatsy is real good at that. So I'm just gonna start giving each of these letters their like 3D effect, right? This, you know, it's got like that happening behind it, right? 'Cause it's like, how do I do the underside of it? But I'm gonna make it work. Right? There's all of this shading behind it to make these letters look like they're coming off of the wall. I just want it to look right. Just there. Some of that action. Oh well, is this right? Whoa! Hey, that already looks like a thing. Yeah, there's some perspective in this thing that I have like never really messed with. So this is fun. We're getting some more challenging elements, huh? Yeah. When I was younger, and you'll have to tell me if you also had this experience, but my dad taught me how to draw like a cube or any sort of prism with like a pentagon or like a hexagonal prism or something by drawing a small one, drawing a big one, like overlapping it, and then connecting the corresponding corners. Now, did anybody else freak out when their mind would switch between which one was in front and which one was in back? Do you mind? What is the point of revving right now? It's raining. Both faces. But I remember I had to be 7 years old. I remember looking at my dad and being like, why are they switching places? And it's like, that was the day that I learned about like what the brain can really do. It was weird, man. It was a weird experience being like, what? No, this is my drawing and now it is moving When in reality, it's like, nah, dude. Your brain is just deciding which thing to interpret right now. And you're gonna have to accept that if you're gonna be a human in today's society. So please enjoy. Cool, those look 3D, right? Can't you tell by the fact that they're jumping off your screen? Now we're gonna do the same thing for Chicago, but here's the thing. I gotta do it for myself because I have no reference picture. So we're just gonna start doing some stuff and see what happens. You just gotta decide, where's your perspective gonna be, you know? Sorta. How you gotta decide like your morals and junk? Choose your perspective. I'll be quiet now. Time lapse again, go! Yeah. We got some 3D letters, y'all. Yeah, there's not a lot going on inside the letters themselves. A lot of it is stuff on the outside. I got OG. A big feature of this picture is that there's there are multiple sizes of different dots, kind of all over the place. So I'm just gonna start placing those, as well as maybe outlining some different areas to put some of these speakers. It looks like there's speaker systems everywhere, and I kind of want to put the 4 Chicago stars somewhere, just to give it that little special Chicago touch, other than it just, like, you know, saying the word Chicago on it. So let's see about these. Let's see about these spots. Okay, so for these speakers, I got flat say again, because speakers are square, and square means line segments. Notice how I didn't say lines. Why is that, math teachers? I'll give you a second. A line goes on forever in both directions. Also, calling something a straight line is redundant. There's my math snobbery of the day. Honestly, I'm just sort of randomly placing these. Pretty much all of them are facing this way. They're all smiling at me. So I'm gonna give them that proper shading. This one going that way. Why? Because I can't. It's like everything is either speakers and spots. Speakers and spots, speakers and spots. Also some speakers and spots. So let's do like one more speaker and like a few more spots. Maybe 2 more speakers. That E is blending in. I've got another brush zero. I've worked with 3 brush zeros today. But this is a shorter liner brush. It's not quite as long as the one I used to actually do the lettering. And I'm gonna use this to put in the little circles of the speakers. That one looks like it's going, no! Big fan, big fan. Now, if you were to ever do something like this, which if you do, please tag me in it. It will not look like mine, because it should look like yours. I'm deciding which speakers go where. I'm just using the picture as a reference for what a speaker would look like in general. And I think that's really cool. I think that, yeah, I am sort of trying to like teach you guys how to do this stuff. But I know that, and this is something that I have to get over all the time, the paintings will never look exactly the same. Your paintings will never look like my paintings. And that's a good thing. I felt like since I started doing this and since I started painting more often and like sharing my art with people, I have seen more art on like my Facebook feed and more art tutorials and stuff on my YouTube recommended page and stuff like that. And I think it's fantastic that like people are using this time stuck inside to get creative and participate in a challenge like this. I think it's so much fun because this challenge is exhausting, but no one can say that I haven't used my quarantine time well. I didn't want to say wisely because it's okay to not use your time wisely right now, but no one can say that I didn't use my time very well and very thoroughly. This is really busy. This is really busy to look at, not gonna lie. I'm just gonna like darken a couple of things, make those letters stand out against all the speakers. It did get a little busy, but I like it. Just adding in some brick. I need to put my little Chicago stars, and I think we have this perfect little spot right here to do it. Probably still gonna use Flatsy so I can like... So there are 6 pointed stars, but they are not stars of David. So it's gonna be a tight squeeze, y'all. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. Oh wait, it's 6 points. Crud! Oh, we can cover it up. It's not covering up too hot, y'all. No! Quick dry time break! Cue the mug! Cue the bunny! Let's go! Okay. Whew, that was exhilarating. Okay. 6 points. Go down. Down like that. And I'll thicken those up in a minute. I just want to get the spacing. Yeah. Also, what is happening with this line right here? Let's see what's thick. Let's see provided its own C's for how thick it was. What? Okay, we're making stars, we're making stars. All right, I'm trying to like hold the tip of the brush where I want it to end and then rotating it slightly to make the sort of triangular nature of each of the points of the star, if that makes sense. I think we just painted a little bit of graffiti. I'm not even mad at that. That's kind of fun. And it's nice and orange, so it's kind of different from the color scheme of other stuff so far. Let's bring it in. Yeah, check that out. Smile, Chicago! Or at least try to. I don't know about y'all, but this weather is not doing it for me. It is so sad, it is so rainy, it is so gloomy, and I am just not... Well, that's day 17, everybody. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe, especially if you're new here. There's 16 other videos of